How can we prepare for next year, not knowing if we're on campus or online? Let's take a look, because we'll be using PowerPoint and we can use it for either one. So now I'm going to go to my familiarization area. And inside there is my path through, and that's under modules. And here I've put a PowerPoint that I've linked to from my Office 365. So as you can see here, the PowerPoint is available to the students in Canvas. It's still usable as a PowerPoint in class. That's the key point. But the student can navigate through here. Is the law changing around the PowerPoints and the other materials that we're going to be putting online? If it is, that's something that we want to consider right now. Let's see when it is possibly changing. So hopefully you heard some audio there, and that indicates that the student can use this as a real piece of e-learning in which we're guiding them through. The issue here is around accessibility. There is a legal deadline coming up, but when is it? Have a guess. Click on the link that's most appropriate. So we can also use it to check their knowledge, get them to check their own knowledge, that is. The answer is that the change comes in September this year. That means the things we do after September are going to be treated differently from the things we do beforehand. So, as you can see, we can also provide corrective information, feedback to them, depending on what they've chosen. Certainly in our own interest to get ready now. If you have pre-recorded material that you get put up before this date, it'll be treated slightly more leniently than material you put up after this date. And we can still link to other things, which is impossible to do in a video. So we can link to a different part of the presentation as we have here, or out to a different link. So let's hop over to OneDrive. In my OneDrive, what we can see is the same presentation. And it's available just for use in class, for example. So here it is. So I could just open that up, take it, use it in class. That wouldn't be a problem at all. Or you can present from here, for example, just to show you what it would be like. Is the law changing around as before the PowerPoints and the other materials that we're going to be putting online? If it is, that's something that we want to consider. So that's it. As you can see, we've simply added the audio on there, and that was quite a simple process. It's something you would do in a PowerPoint on your computer, not in the web browser here. So you would, if you wanted to edit that, you click Open in Desktop App and open your PowerPoint, and you carry on like that. So this will allow people to have a way to be able to accommodate either one of the possibilities that they may face. And that's important for us because we do have the problem that people may say that it's just too much to ask of them. So here you can see I've added the audio here. And when I click on it, I have options here to work with it, to set whether it starts automatically, which is what I do, and whether to hide it during the show, which I don't do. And you would set the same settings for each of your slides. That's just a slide I've chosen to skip over. And I want to put that in just to show you that you can still work off the original PowerPoint, and you might say certain parts I won't actually use in this environment. So that still allows you to work off the original document that you like. And again, you're able to see here the settings for that piece of audio. So that's the gist of it, really. And I like to drag them down to the bottom. As you can see, it's at the bottom of the screen. I think that will be of some use to some of our academics. And I hope that by complementing this with the text that they'll also be using, we can cover a great deal of the requirements and accommodate either being on campus or being in a robust in our response, so we can teach online.